He looked me in the eye and said, "The experience you're gaining is more valuable than money." Funny, because the second I walked out with a new $80,000 offer and left their $2.7 million project hanging, his experience became one of pure panic. 6 years of loyalty, and all it took was one resignation. If you've ever been underpaid, overworked, and made to feel like you should just be grateful, you're not alone. Hit that like button, subscribe for more stories where hard work finally wins, and get ready for one of the most satisfying career revenge stories you'll ever hear. If you've ever been underpaid, overworked, and made to feel like you should just be grateful, you're not alone. Hit that like button, subscribe for more stories where hard work finally wins, and get ready for one of the most satisfying career revenge stories you'll ever hear. The first 2 years, I worked like a man possessed. I took my work home with me, studied blueprints in my apartment, watched YouTube videos on framing, drywall systems, inspection codes, anything I could get my hands on. I wasn't just clocking in, I was investing in myself. And it worked. I was promoted to foreman. The first 2 years, I worked like a man possessed. I took my work home with me, studied blueprints in my apartment, watched YouTube videos on framing, drywall systems, inspection codes, anything I could get my hands on. I wasn't just clocking in, I was investing in myself. And it worked. I was promoted to foreman. They said, "We've gone through 5 different contractors. You're the first one we trust." Their trust paid off. Because of my work on that small project, we landed a much bigger contract, one that would grow to over $2.7 million. And guess who took on everything? Me. Over the next 3 years, I became the foreman, then the superintendent, then the project manager. No extra pay, no title bumps, just more responsibility. I was billing, scheduling, meeting with engineers, sitting in with the HOA board. I did material takeoffs, ordered supplies, and personally trained subcontractors on new product installations because we had no middle management left. I was everything, and I made it work. We didn't just stay on schedule, we came in under budget. When the project passed $2.7 million, we got a bid request for another $3 million job, right there in the same complex. And the HOA was pushing hard for me to stay involved. They were thrilled, but me, I was running on fumes. I finally got the confidence to ask for what I was promised, a raise. Just a fair project manager's salary, something in line with the value I was bringing in. They looked me in the face and said, "The experience you're gaining is far more valuable than a raise." I stared at them. 6 years, millions in revenue, no team to support me. And now they're telling me experience is my reward. My chest tightened. I didn't scream, I didn't argue. I just said, "You're right," and then, I went home and updated my resume. I made it public, didn't even hide it. Within a week, I was contacted by a headhunter. And just like that, my entire life changed. I accepted an offer that gave me $80,000 salary, full benefits, 28 days PTO, laptop plus truck Wi-Fi for remote billing, $80 per diem, quarterly bonuses, 100% for 101K match for the first 3 years. Oh, and I'd be working from an actual office, no more job sites. No more driving my own truck into the ground. My old company, they paid me $40,000, no benefits. No bonus, not even a thank you. The final nail. That year, during the company meeting, the owners bragged about how much profit my project made. Everyone clapped. Then, they told me they couldn't afford to give me a Christmas bonus. I printed out the offer letter and slid it onto their desk on a Friday morning. I watched their faces pale as they read the numbers. Their jaws literally dropped. One of them finally muttered, "Wait. We can talk about this." I just smiled. I already did. With someone who valued me. That afternoon, I called the HOA board president, the guy who trusted me from day one. I told him I was resigning. There was silence. Then he said, "Oh, no. No. He requested an emergency meeting with the company owners. He expressed serious concern about moving forward with the $3 million project without me involved. You know why? Because they had no one to replace me. They built their whole future on my back, and now they were watching it collapse. That was my moment, the power shift I'd waited years for. I didn't burn their business down with lies or sabotage. I just left, and it hurt them more than anything else could have. They could have given me what I was worth. Instead, they gave me a reason to walk. And the look in their eyes when they realized they needed me more than I ever needed them, unforgettable. They say hard work always pays off, but sometimes you have to know when to stop giving and start demanding what you deserve. I gave them 6 years of loyalty. They gave me excuses. Now I've got a career, a future, a company that values me, and they're left scrambling for someone they'll never replace. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and let me know in the comments. Have you ever walked away from a toxic job and never looked back? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories where karma comes dressed in work boots and leaves with a 6-figure offer.